Alright, guys, I think we are now back with season 2 of the channel. This is our first episode of season 2. So, tomorrow will be season 2 of Broken Breaks Life. So, welcome back out to DG's coming back again. It's been a while. You've had reference videos, the reaction video I just premiered on Sunday. We're going to get to that in a second because I have an announcement. But I don't want to talk about this for a while. I'm thinking about doing this. I'm not quite sure yet. I might have to talk with if Kane comes on my stream again, I'll make sure to talk to him. First thing, it's interesting. There will be a topic about today, but first we're gonna go over some of the future, like the rest of this year. And I just want to update you guys. Why haven't I streamed? Like, why haven't you had the why haven't you had streams with this, and you've had the other stuff? Well, school has just been, as you know, I make the Rail Fame videos on. I'll make them. Like after this, I'll be finishing up this, and right now I'm putting the trains. I got 4 trains to do in this Rail Fame video. So this is gonna be a long one, I think. Yeah, it might be about as long as the reaction video. I want to push that longer Rail Fame videos because it's just. I would say this is how you know it's on Friday. But once, I think I do have a video premiering on the. I'm pretty sure I do, yeah. So that means that Thursday you're gonna have a chat on Wednesday that week, and then you're gonna have what's gonna be the Friday game show on Thursday. So this time a senior, and I'm prom is gonna be happening. Oh, good night. That's gonna be a nightmare. Because I was told this. I think I do remember hearing about this in 10th grade when the grade above us had the first ring ceremony. That I didn't even know they even did it. First time, I had no idea that was even a thing until about when we saw Friday. We only saw the end of it. And when we got to see the whole thing, I was like, oh goodness, that's going to be us around this time next year. And then here we are. April, I would say around April 24th, April 25th is when that amount of stress was really kicking in. Because that day, I couldn't go to prom because of my anniversary. I just noticed that. It was like I didn't want to tell anybody that was my anniversary day because someone would ask me to come on my channel. That would be a fiasco. I might touch on that here in a little bit. But like I said in the past, I just find it unnecessary that we have to continue on doing this. I mean, I enjoy making the videos. I really do. But it's just, this year was not what I hoped. I mean, we did get some good games, yeah. But I think we did a lot. I mean, when we started out this time last year, I mean, we learned a lot last year. There's no way we're gonna get to 300 because we're only 200 something. But the reason I'm doing this railmaking stuff is kind of put me on hold from streaming. So I'm hoping I can just get live, get on the stream, so I don't have to. I can just do that. I can just do my other stuff. And on Fridays, that's been a little bit hard because of YPG coming on. I might have to stream a little. My original time, even though Friday was, tomorrow is going to be starting at 8 p.m. So, I mean, that's really going to I would say, put a lot of pressure. So I might have to stream it around 5. And that's probably going to be the new time probably be a new time for this Friday because I'm hoping I want to push this as best as I can. I know it's going to be a little bit hard because our crazy school has been. I mean, it's just been ridiculous. Because I mean, it's 2019, and I mean, everyone knows, but it's just, for example, same person I ranted about with two other ones. I'm gonna call them the squad because it's, even though it's only three, it's still probably call them the squad. And I'm not gonna be so nice about it. All the senior guys think, why do they keep changing their names? They'll change their name to like something that they're not. It's like, oh, I can't comprehend that. And I don't do that because they tried to get me to do it last year when I did. When they did, they were trying to get me in there, and that was going to put the person I don't want on my channel because that was after I had that already in place. When she did what she did that Friday, I had to be like, okay, I'm going to put some stuff in place where people like that cannot come on my channel. You know, a lot of people took that. I mean, she asked, well, you need to give me one for your channel. I said, I'll think about it, but at that point, I had already thought about it. There we go. We had a little bit of a technical difficulty, but the one thing I will say is that after I had to put some stuff in place, I just knew I wanted competent. The only way you're gonna get on my channel is what if I consider you as competent. That means you got till now, and if you had any incidents on your record from the time you entered, the time you entered this, I don't care if you haven't had any for a while. I don't care. Whole time. And I don't think you're competent. You're not getting on. In fact, I don't think I'm ever gonna let you know who on because it's just I don't want her on because she's a terrible person. She really is. After what she's done to me, after what she did run the way back to Kingdom, that really took me. Well, like that day, that Friday, just ruined it. Just ruined it for me. I don't know how clear I could say this, but that was basically when I really could not. And then that Tuesday, I was still angry. And it's like, if you do what you did to me, I'm not going to do nothing. She wanted me to tell me you're back. I'm like, I have the right to say no, and I'm not going to do it because what you did for him was just truly disrespectful. Really disrespectful. And people thought, but you should have seen the look on my face. I was like, no. It got to a point where here's like she was in like the front seat. I was like right behind her. So it would be like I would have to go like this and say, excuse me, I want you to sit there, be quiet, and knock it off, or else you're going to be going to the back. Or I'm going to let you off the bus, and you're going to walk on the expressway. And I don't care if you're not allowed to call an Uber. In fact, you're not even allowed to have your phone either. So that you have to walk all the way back to school. Yeah, that's what I would want to happen because I think she should have been the one that should gotten off that bus, and that would have been one less student to deal with, and that means she's going to be turning 18, and that's what I want to talk about. I got a rant I got to do. I told you guys I wasn't going to go into any of her parties. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to tell her, don't do it. You don't know when you get an invitation, be a little bit skeptical about who's going. When you got those three, the squad, that's not good. Because I don't want to be the only one there. That's why I'm not going. Because I'm going to ask, are you going? Are you going? Are you going? If they all say I don't know, then I'm not going to go. I don't plan on going anyway because it's just doesn't really interest me. And plus, I don't like that individual because she did what she did was truly rude and disrespectful. I almost told one of the teachers about it and had her get an infraction. That was more of a major infraction because it was I would say she was getting in my business, annoying the crap out of me, just plain unbelievable. I never seen that like that. And I had the right to say no. And you would think, if she asked me that next day, no. No, I would not even let her on my show. I'm not, because the only thing, like the end of the year, if she asks again, I'm not going to do it. I mean, I know but guess what? I gotta think logically. Do I want to be somewhere where I have someone that I don't feel comfortable with? I don't want to be involved in that. I don't want to be miserable. It's gonna make my day a more miserable experience. It's gonna make your day because I'm having a miserable day. Just being there, having to listen to that. It's just I don't want to deal with it. I really don't. And you thinking that's really gonna help you? No. I mean, I refuse to go. I mean, I refuse. I'm putting my foot down. I am not going to deal with that. Because, I mean, I'm not going to make myself miserable because I don't want to feel like that. Because I went through a downward spiral for 3 years pretty much. And it was just, that was basically the reason why I had to put all this against her. But what she did to me in 9th grade, well, 10th grade was just a nightmare because, well, 9th grade was a big nightmare. I would say 10th grade, even though we were calming down, it just had a lot of moments in it that were just too ridiculous and things that I would never want to see. And what she did to me every day, 5 days a week, sitting right next to me, just literally set me off the wall. I told her a few times, I said, look, if you don't sit there and be quiet, I'm going to go in the other room. And I'm not going to be so happy about it. And I know this, but one day, because I'll tell you, I have never seen any of this garbage come around. Because it's just, why should I care about you as an individual? And you're pretty much a Democrat, you're a sovereign citizen. You don't care about other students. And I'll tell you, before the whole Kingdom thing, that Wednesday, I seen all seniors graduating, she did not treat the other member of the squad, which I really think that she's being pushed into all this, and unfortunately, it was supposed to storm really bad that day, and this one I don't wanted to go to Starbucks, and then she wasn't caring about. I just knew she wasn't caring about her safety, and then the teacher was trying, and then I said, you know what? Hold that thought. As said person, I have never, ever, ever seen any of that behavior in my life. What she just told you, I can probably put that in a million words. That is the most what you just said, saying that you don't care about other people's safety, is the most unprofessional response. Just, I cannot explain. And I even pulled up a radar on how far away. I'm like, yeah, but I don't know how fast that thing's moving. If it's like, yeah, it might be moving that slow, but just you need to fix your garbage, and that's what I was going to tell her. Then she just got on with it. We went out in the hallway, and I'm like, it's like, what are you doing out here? Yeah. And they were like, and I pointed. We had a little bit of an exciting experience. I would tell you, but it's too close to comfort to tell you because it's just I don't understand. And this is like the day right after. This is the same day that the seniors were graduating. So this was the day that they were leaving. Well, they were already gone. So it was just the high school building. It was just us as juniors. And we had sophomores and freshmen. That was what we had. And I mean, I don't know why this crap has to happen. What really drives me nuts is that you don't act like a baby. I don't care if you have a disability or not. If you want to go somewhere in life, you're gonna have to overcome that. Where you're not gonna be, oh yeah, it's my pretty word, it's just, I don't want to hear it. I've heard it a million times. I've heard it in literacy, every day. And you know how annoying she was to that teacher who passed away that I told you guys? Yeah, like the second episode of Bill McFly. I didn't have my channel long enough to tell you about it. I mean, I can tell you about it now. But she was just throwing a little fit, and she did. He told me that she knocked her stuff off. I mean, that really changed my opinions on it. Not in a good way, because it's just, back then, I'll tell you, you could tell, well, one of those people thinking, really? You don't really need to do this. Because I don't know about you, but in my high school years, 9th, 10th, and part of 11th, there were some moments in 11th grade that I just did not want to be with. 11th grade, near the end of the year, y'all know what I'm going to say. I'm glad you all did not see, we're not there. Some of you might have seen it. I might have told you guys about it, but I do not like the flash of someone taking my picture. I do not like it. But when Mr. Ryback did it, he was our IT guy, our director of the internet, he was just like, yeah, I can, but the other ones, I had to just have all my parents, because I even though if I gotta do two, I gotta do all of them. So when I was walking out, if you remember this, from this breakfast, I'm walking, turn around, walk to my left, I see the phone. And I'm like, oh my. I was just not having it, and I was like, phone. I was like, put the phone down, like right now. I almost said, get out now. I did not invite you. Go, right now. And I was like, God, I mean, really, you have to ruin it. And everyone was like, oh my goodness, I have never seen him that angry before. Well, I don't have, just, there are certain things in this world that can make someone angry. There's a lot of things in this world that make me angry. A lot of things that I just wish I knew, but I don't, because it's like, no one ever tells me about it, or it's fake news, and a lot of fake news in this world, and that's mainly because of CNN. That's just, it messes with your brain, it really does. It can just, CNN has the power to send you right down that downward spiral, and it did it. It did it for me for quite a while. And that's the one problem I've always had, because I don't know why in the world this stuff happens, but you can tell when it does. And I don't know, because I'll tell you something. I think I might have told you this story. There's a lot of things that I just think need to be fixed, or two things can happen. One, fix the issues, or don't fix it, but the way you can fix it is getting the students behind out of there. That means just get them out of there. Because we just need one less student. If we could just have one less student, I don't care. I would much rather her go somewhere else. Not the school that Kane goes to, just really dumpy public school. And her mother said, and if I was her, I would have done the same thing, because I really would. Because I wouldn't care. I just say, go in public school and just end the conversation. Head back, let's go. Take you to public school, and then that'll be it for you. And you would not be coming back to the school I go to. No. You come back, and you're done. You're going to get yelled at by the person who sent you away to some other public school and say, doctrine. And then you can tell she was doctor. She was trying to get me to eat. What the hell there did, but I decided not to, because I was just about to eat my sub And I didn't want to spoil myself from it stupid because I don't believe in that balanced diet stuff. It just doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't because, I mean, I don't know. I just wish there was a solution to the problem. I mean, we do have solutions, but they think they can fix it, but unfortunately it's much harder. Because you think that's the case for a lot of things, but apparently most of the time, I would say about 98% of the time or more, you'll know because you can tell very quickly that we'll have some idiot. Oh, that same student I've been talking about for 5 months now. What the hell? Was it 5 months? Yeah, 5 months. We started doing it on, let's say, yesterday, 5 months ago. Yeah, something like that. Very rarely do I get into a rant, but if I have to, I will, because there's just, now you don't see the rant warnings anymore, because most of the time it wasn't really a rant until some, it was just in case I did rant, and then I wasn't really talking that much. And that means that would have been really catastrophic, because, I mean, it's just, I don't know why we have the same issues happen over and over and over. Because you'll meet some interesting people, some good ones, and then you have the crappy ones. And most of the crappy ones I really don't want to, because they're the ones that kind of bring my day this way. Like they make me have less energy, less motivation to do stuff that I want to do. Because oh no, this said person thinks they can get away with it. And they have gotten away with it, and I don't know why, because the team, well, it's either because she doesn't, Archie would do anything. She would look for the person who didn't do anything, who told her to stop the first time, and she didn't do it, because she thinks she's important, and then she started bothering those students. Do you realize that's just despicable? It is. It's despicable in every shape, way, or form. Because I don't understand why we have to do this over and over and over again. It's pathetic. You would think that it wouldn't be pathetic because they're like, oh goodness, I think that it's necessary to do that. Blah, 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 blah. It's just, that's why if I get comments on, here's the thing, if you start calling that younger one that I did the reaction video on, well, both of them, the one that the video was about, if you do that to her, you're done. That's basically, you're out. I mean, that's why I don't want to see any of this, because seeing her come out of that stuff, turning that around, is awesome, because you might have something really bad happen, like which happened to her. This is a different individual. I think, yeah, if you watch the previous video, the one I premiered on Sunday, that'll be her in the thumbnail. She's the one that got. I don't know how old she is really. I would ask, but I don't know. Either 14 or 15. That's my guess. She's probably 14 right now. Probably 15 right now. I don't know. But anyways, it's just. I'll tell you. People just need to get over it. I mean, it's the stuff that I have to deal with. I mean, even though it's like you'll meet some really good people, and then you'll meet some really trash people. And it's like, oh my God, it's just I don't know how to deal with this idiot because he doesn't know what he's talking about. Like, you know what? Maybe maybe you're the idiot, and you're accusing that other person of doing it, and they're the ones that are trying to do it themselves. Well, they're trying to do it themselves, and they're actually the competent one, and you're the one blaming the stuff on them, and you're actually guilty for, and you're not acknowledging that, and you're the one that's acting like the idiot, because people just need to realize that, I don't know why, but people just don't get why people just take stuff so personal. That's what I'm talking about. Like, people just take stuff full personal. They'll think that what you just said is just way worse than it actually is. It's like they just don't want it. They hate it. It's like they think it's hate speech, but it really isn't. That's the way we're living in right now, because schools have just gone wherever. I don't know where they've gone. I don't care where they've gone because I don't pay attention to it. Because if they start putting that crap in here, I block it out. It's like, duh. That's basically what goes through my head. Like, I'm not listening to this. I'm taking a nap. Sayonara. Bye bye. Now, I should not have the right to feel indoctrinated, because that's basically it. Because it's either two things. I'm gonna also be in class, or two, I'm gonna say, isn't this a hoax? Because I can tell you right now, this is what we call a left-wing indoctrination camp. No, it's a left-wing indoctrination center. I guess I'm going to talk like this. That's basically what some of these idiots, they'll try to push that, because it's just, our school system has just gone wacko over the last 5 or so years. I mean, it's just, when you see someone, because if you can pull it off, and you can turn it around, that's perfect. But if you can't, and you're still stuck in that pit, like that really low pit, and you can't get out of it, that's basically what I had. My downward spiral from 15 to 18. Basic 2015 to 2018. Even though that was last year. Well, it was last fiscal year when I got rid of it. That was May of 2018 is when I got rid of it. End of May, like after school let out. Well, like when it was officially gone. I say it was around like May 20, around the time I made the complainer video, something along the lines of that. Right when I started taking YouTube a little bit more seriously, is when that downward spiral was officially gone. I felt a sense of relief that it was gone, because when I realized what I went through, that previous year, the year before 2018, that time in 2017, there was no way I would be. If I didn't know I had it until like 2016, 2017, but it really didn't get to me until around 2017. That time, that year before I got rid of it. And I mean, just seeing how crappy it was back then. It was just, I would say that where it really got bad was July. It really took off in July, but it was like here, and then it went, and around November it just went in that pit, and you would think, oh, you can probably get around. Well, I'm gonna give you a comparison. It went from as hard to get out of the pit from cutting grass with a lawnmower to cutting the grass with a pair of scissors. What do you think? Do you think it was the lawnmower or the scissors that was about as hard as getting out of the downward spiral? It was the scissors, because there wasn't a solution to it. I didn't even know I even had it. I knew there was something wrong, but I didn't know what it was. I thought it was just, because I didn't know what to do. I was helpless. And I mean, it was just a really difficult time, because people, I mean, everyone, you could tell it in me, because it was like, ugh. I just had that zombified look. I didn't look normal, way different than I am now. It's just, I didn't know how to express a lot of things. And it was just really crappy, because I mean, it was just I wouldn't say it was the best time in my life. I mean, it was just too big of a transition, because I mean, I was ready for it. Just my brain made it to a much bigger deal. Because I mean, 8th grade, I think part of the problem with that 8th grade was so hectic, it really spiked things up in that. It didn't give me a good start to the 9th grade year. And if you remember back then, you guys might not remember, but those who remember way back in 16 and 17, how different I looked, big difference. Okay, so I guess we're going to start ending the stream off, so I'm going to say thank you guys for watching. I know we didn't get anybody on here. And I guess we're gonna see you guys tomorrow, and with the well, you'll probably see the Reveling video tomorrow at 12, and that will probably do it. So I guess, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video, and that'll be all right now. Well, thanks again, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.